Wow, thank you so much. It's kind of a tough act to follow over there. You're Mr. Confident, I am a nervous wreck right now. Thank you, Patrick, or should I say Clough, for those inspiring words about my dancing and singing. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate all the inductees on the special evening. It's such a tremendous honor and privilege to be a part of this class.
Me included?
Yes. Unfortunately, no, I'm just kidding. To be part of this class, and I'd like to thank the coaches and the rest of the administration for bestowing this honor upon me tonight. However, I don't think I would be here if it wasn't for Coach Steve Latula for recruiting me. He did recruit me. Meeting him, I'd say, was the turning point in selecting the college. And I had initially contacted him just to go over, the school and the team, the season, etc. And he mentioned he was going to visit his daughter, who happened to live about like 20 minutes from me in Connecticut. So my parents and I thought it would be a great idea for him to come down and we'll discuss my possible future at St. Mike's. Now, I was extremely shy, obviously a nervous wreck meeting him for the first time, but literally after a few minutes and speaking with you, I was just so comfortable, and you're the nicest man alive. So I'd like to thank you. I'd say that, man, I'm sorry, I'm really nervous here. After your visit, obviously I had to start thinking about my college options, and I did have some specific criteria in mind. Wanted a small liberal arts school, definitely co-ed, coming from an all-girl high school, and I wanted to play for a Division II college on our tennis team. There are a few colleges that did meet this criteria, but none of them had anybody like Coach Steve Latula. So I'd like to give a big thank you to you on that. And then I met Coach Clough, who changed my mind about going to school there. What can I say about you? You're like the jokester of the group. So, oh my God, you just crack me up every time, every day at practice, at matches. You're a very well-respected coach. I have to say you're a great friend and just a great person. And you brought humor into everything, and that made everything so much more enjoyable. I couldn't have asked for a better coach like you. I also wanted to mention that he did get Coach of the Year for the second time this past year, and also I just read that you were the 12th head coach in St. Mike's athletics history with 100 career wins. So I want to say congratulations to you. When I started here at St. Mike's, Coach Latula was the head coach, and Coach Clough was the assistant coach. And that first year we went undefeated in our NE10 regular season, and Coach Latula actually got Coach of the Year that year as well. Thankfully, we're also in the local news, which was pretty exciting. So I couldn't have asked for a better first season there at St. Mike's. And 2 years later, Latula had retired, and Coach Clough took over as the head coach, and Jeannie Hilson, who couldn't be here tonight, took over as the assistant coach. And her smile just lit up the room, and she just brought a great vibe. So I just wanted to say thank you to her as well. Not only were the coaches great, but the girls were just incredible. They were the most fun, absolutely hysterical, the classiest and nicest group of girls that I know. I never had a connection like this with a team before, and it's funny, tennis is run as an individual sport, but we had to win as a team, so I kind of get the best of both worlds there. I played many sports and have played on many teams throughout my life, and this was the best group of girls that I ever could have played with. And we were such a small team. We only had about 8 girls, and not only were we a small team, but they had a really big impact on me and my experience there. And no words can explain how great these girls are. I'm fortunate to still be in touch with them, well, most of them. And I'd like to thank Kaylee Burns for coming out tonight. She was my doubles partner for 1 year. So it really means a great deal to me for you to come out tonight, so thank you. And along with these incredible girls came their incredible parents. They were so generous, so supportive, and very hospitable. It was pretty much like we were a huge family when everybody was there together. Last but not least, I want to give a big thank you to my family and thankfully everybody's here. Sister, brother, aunt, their spouses, my boyfriend, his parents, and wanted to thank my parents. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. They got me into the sport and just made me fall in love with it. They've done so much for me, and I mean a lot, and I'm very thankful for that, and I couldn't have asked for better parents, so thank you so much. I have to say some of the best memories would be the lessons I've learned. One, just that winning isn't all about skill, it's about believing in yourself. And I really took that into consideration when I had this one match against this girl, Haven Wynn from Merrimack, and she was a year ahead of me. She beat me every single year, my freshman and sophomore year. So finally I had my one last opportunity to beat her, which was my junior year. And knowing me, a nervous wreck, stressed out, especially losing her like twice, I didn't really have the highest confidence in the world. I knew I had to get out there, and thankfully, when I started playing the match, everything just kind of came into place, and I ended up beating her in straight sets, 6-0, 6-0 to be exact. So that was such a big win for me, and a boost of confidence. And also, being selected as co-captain was also a great honor as well. So I'm thankful for the girls for selecting me and honoring me in that way. We've also obviously had a lot of laughs. Yeah, of course I was going to mention our, the 80s, whenever we took our 8-hour road trips in our little minivan, because there were only 8 of us, didn't have enough to fit in the bus. It was just, we would have a blast. And every girl on our team had such a sense of humor, and it was never a dull moment. So just to kind of reiterate what Patrick said, it really means a lot to me to be honored in the Hall of Fame. All my hard work did pay off, and I played a sport that I did love, and I've never had a connection to a team like this before. So I'd like to say, my 4 years here, I played my absolute best. I got a great education, and I just had a blast. So yeah, being selected as an honoree was just icing on the cake, so I just want to reiterate that. So thank you very much.